So I know I'm a little late to this, but I had to wait for my girlfriend in order to watch episode two of The Last of Us. And all I have to say is that, man, this series is really good. Now, obviously, this naturally means the game is also really good, which of course it is because it's won multiple awards. But I'm loving at how they're adapting the game to a TV show, and they're basically doing almost a one to one like recreation of a lot of the scenes, which I love. A lot of the same lines are used, and yeah, this so far, I think so far everything has been great. Again, I don't know anything about the game. Like I've never played the game, and after watching the show last night, I'm like seriously reconsidering if I should play the game. I know a lot. I know one viewer said, yeah, like you definitely should, and I'm still considering it. But like, damn, dude, like the scene where the clickers were hunting down um uh Ellie, Tess, and you know and Joel in the whatever in like that like historical building in Boston. I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I can handle this. Like I was freaking out. And that was just the show, man. Think about if I was playing the game, man. I just freak out. So maybe instead, like I'll just like watch someone play it, like someone on YouTube, um like Gamers Advantage or something like that. But we'll see. I don't know. I may reconsider. Anyways, but the episode itself is great. It gives a little bit more insight into I think like what happened in pre-pandemic. Like we were in Jakarta, Indonesia, and like they talked to this a virologist or this professor of some um and she examines a body that has the virus in it or like the fungi, and it's crazy how the body like the fungus starts like coming out and she freaks out. And the first thing, or like in her response to like this whole situation is like, there is no vaccine, like there is no cure. The only thing you can do is bomb the shit out of this place. And just for reference, there's a lot of people that live in Jakarta. So I mean, she's saying to bomb the place. So like just completely wipe it off the planet. There's 10.56 million people living there in 2020. So, a little bit less in 2003, but still a lot of people, right? We're talking, it's not like 15,000 people. Not that that's not a lot of people, but in comparison to a couple million, yeah. Like she's saying to just nuke the joint, and that's the only way to stop it. Obviously, they didn't because the world has gone to hell. Um, and I love how that, like, gives a little bit more um, just backstory to the whole the whole pandemic. And it wasn't just in America. It was probably widespread all over the world. um, so yeah, I love that about it. And in this episode we also saw a slew of stalkers who are like, I think, the second stage of like the infection, and there's just like people everywhere who are just like lying around, and it was like, yeah, it was pretty creepy in terms of what's going on. The only thing that like drives me crazy is Ellie. Like her character, like for a girl who's experienced, like all she's known is this world, because like she's born in a quarantine zone, so she's known in this world. But like her laissez-faire attitude of just like, oh, let's just hop in the water and like move around stuff and pretend this hotel is what it is. Like it's mind-numbingly annoying at times. I mean, great shout out to the actress who is doing this, because like she does a great job. I'm not like digging her or anything. I'm just saying her character is just like, she's that like one person you always scream at and like horror stuff, where it's like, stop doing that. Like all you're doing is making it worse. Like when Joel is telling her to like shut up, they can hear you, and you might attract like more of the infected here. She's like, oh, let's just keep talking. Yeah, I get it. Like you don't know what's going on, but like use your frigging common sense, girl, and be like, oh, they look super worried and they're telling me to be quiet. Maybe I should be quiet. Like like her attitude and like it's just I just want to be like, "Argh, like smack her upside the head. And but yeah, but it just goes to show, like, I mean, maybe just kids are just dumb, like that's just what they're going for here. And I don't know if she's like that in the game. I mean, I'm assuming she is, like, because I think like both actors like used a lot of the game to kind of, you know, develop their characters. Not just to be true to the game, but develop them in their own way. Um, so far, yeah, again, everything I love it. It's good. Even the scene where they find out Tess is like infected and she has to sacrifice herself. The only part, like the only part that annoyed me about that was like she was trying to light the lighter and she couldn't get a flame, right? I'm like, dude, you don't need like a flame. Just hold it next to the damn um gasoline and just get the spark. Just all you need is one little spark and that thing goes up and that place is gonna go up in flames. Like you don't need a full flame yet, but whatever. I don't know. Those are just like little things that I nitpick at, but overall, great. Just a great episode, man. I am gonna be so invested in this, like probably as much as I was invested in like The Walking Dead. And similarly, I never read the comic books for Walking Dead, and in the same way here, I almost don't want to play the games right now just because I want to experience this story and watch it on its own. Like if I play the games, I'm gonna like know what the story is. I'm gonna know what happens to who. I kind of know a little bit already just from like thanks to people on TikTok and stuff like exposing stuff, which is like great. But I still want to experience it myself firsthand and not through a video game yet. We'll see. Like I mean, there's a lot. There's I mean two video games already and in both of those video games there's like a ton of content, so I'm sure they're gonna dive like really into that and like do a little bit more about it, or maybe develop it a little bit more that they couldn't do in the video game, or parts that maybe like there may be some side story that they'll explore more or something, right? But we'll see. Either way, great episode. I am hooked. I can't wait for next week for this to come out and the rest. And I hope that HBO continues to do what they're doing and the show writers continue to do what they're doing and making this just a great series. So, anyways, that's my take on this so far on episode 2. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week for episode 3 review and breakdown, or well, not breakdown, just the review. But anyways, thanks guys. Have a good one.